Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to be here once again. I know I've gone quiet for a little bit, but work does get tough. But yeah, we're back to creating content for a while now. So hopefully the next videos that I will be sharing with you are going to enjoy. Today we are talking content marketing. I thought it would be great to do a video where I can guide you whether you sell a product or you offer a service, or just trying to build a brand online, depending on what your offering is, just to guide you on how to be visible online and how you can create your content that will be engaging and obviously sell whatever you are selling to your potential customers. So my first point when it comes to creating content is that you need to understand what your customer is looking for. So put yourself in your customer's shoes. And how do you go about doing that? You need to check the process that your customer is going through as they are searching for a certain item that they might be desiring at that moment, right? It could be anything. Now you think specifically about your product or service. What is your customer doing at this moment in order for them to be able to find you? Now, everything needs to, again, think about your customer. How are they looking for the product? What questions are they asking? Where are they going in order for them to find the specific product or service that you are offering? Once they know their needs, you then need to find out how are they now moving forward into buying what they're looking for specifically. And then the third thing is that you need to understand what influences their buying power, right? So they've done their research, they've asked the right questions, they've gone into the shop, they've done Google search, they've asked people on Facebook, they've asked people that they know in order for them to find that specific product or service. Then you need to understand, once they know, and obviously they're probably going to look at different brands, once they know exactly what they want, now what's going to influence their buying power? That's what you need to be asking yourself when it comes to creating content. So the reason you are asking all those questions and understanding your buyer, it's because the content that you are creating needs to answer those questions. So for instance, let's say you are selling a product that cooks in the kitchen, for instance, probably like a pan or a pot, just to make an example. So the process would be, as a customer, let's say I'm a customer and you are selling this product. So for instance, what I'm going to do is probably I'll go and do some Google research, or I'll probably post on Facebook and ask people, guys, what's the best non-stick pan that I can buy? Just to get some ideas and direction from people. Then I'll probably even watch a few YouTube videos, who knows? And then I'll then go and decide, okay, I've seen 3 brands, and this is what this pan is offering, this is what this pan is offering, and this is what this pan is offering. Now, as the person who's buying, I now need to know what is going to influence my buying power between these 3 pans, right? So as someone who's creating content and you are now selling this pan, you now need to answer all the right questions for me. So when I land on your social media and I look at your content, I need to get all the responses that I might have as the person who's buying. So I need to know, is it non-stick? Is it easy to wash? Does it burn? You know, all of those things. The content that you are posting as the brand and the person who's creating the content, it needs to be answering all those important questions. So when I've done all my research and I've found you as that brand that is supplying that specific product that I'm looking for, I now need to say, okay, this is exactly what I'm looking for and this is what I'm going to be buying, and I'm not even going to look at other shops or other brands. You need to understand what your customer is looking for when they're looking for a product or a service, and then you need to make sure you're answering every single type of question that they might have when they are looking for that product. Okay, on to our next point, and this is where you need to define all your goals. Now, what do I mean by setting goals? You have to have goals when you are launching your social media platforms, because they will guide you as to what is it that you are on the platforms for. So, are you just creating awareness? Do you want to sell? Are you building a community? All those things are goals that you are going to set, and then your goals are the ones that are going to direct you in terms of how you are creating your content. So if you're selling, you know that you you have to obviously create content that will talk about the products, showcase pricing, showcase features of the products, all of those things. And then maybe if you're a service-based brand, you need to go deep into what your service offering is. How is it helping me as someone who is looking for specifically those services? If you are just online to build awareness, again, it's a totally different strategy when it comes to creating your content, because you're not selling anything. So you need to be visible a bit more if you are just building awareness around your brand or your product or your service offering. You need to then think about all of those things. So again, for me, I think some of the goals that you might put will overlap, because obviously everyone wants to drive engagement for their content. Everyone could be selling. So sometimes you have like 3 or 4 goals and not just one, because there could be many reasons why you are online. And again, depending on your brand, that is what is going to guide you in terms of what your goals need to be. Sometimes you will be on social media not to sell, just to build a community, just to drive engagement, because maybe you've covered the selling parts elsewhere, and you don't need to go online to now sell. You just want to be visible as a brand to your audience. Then that's good as well. So just make sure you have goals, because if you don't set your goals, then you will not be able to assess if anything that you are doing online is actually working or not. Okay, so my third point is that you need to decide on the platforms that you will be visible on, because again, there's so many social media platforms that are available. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's TikTok, there's Snapchat. All of these are social media platforms, and sometimes brands will obviously go and open accounts on all of these platforms. They don't do research to check if my brand is actually going to work on Twitter, or is my brand going to be able to strive more on Facebook, or I don't actually need to be on Instagram. I just need to be on Facebook because that's where my audience is. So do research, find out the type of people that are on Facebook, age group, all of it. Just do research on whether Twitter is also a great platform. How do I use Twitter once I've opened an account for my brand? Because sometimes as well, you need to also just remember that all of these platforms, they're easy to use because you are on there probably as an individual, and you're just connecting with your friends and your family, and you're posting your everyday pictures. But when you launch a social media platform for your business and your brand, it's a whole totally different aspect of how you are posting and how you are communicating, how you're writing your captions and all of those things. The best thing when it comes to opening an account for your business on any platform is to just do the research, find out what features it has and how you can actually make use of those features. Do I need to be on Snapchat? Maybe there's no one who will be able to interact with me and my brand and my content if I'm on Snapchat. So just remember that, and don't just go and open an account on any platform just because you see it working for other people. Okay, so my fourth point is that you need to be creating engaging content. So sometimes what people do is they launch on Instagram and then they start taking pictures anyway and anyhow, and they just post it. Now, you can't be doing that, especially if you're on a platform like Instagram that strives on good quality pictures, and just people who are on there just want to see pretty things. So if you are going to launch an Instagram, for instance, you need to make sure whatever content you are putting out there will be desirable to the other person who's looking at it. So that means you need to be investing in good quality pictures, product pictures. Maybe if you are selling a service, you want to showcase the people, the team, offers, that depending on whatever you might be offering, just try and make sure that you do post quality images on Instagram. Same thing with Facebook. Try and see if you can't be creating videos, short videos. I know Facebook is quite big with videos, but whatever you are posting, make sure that people who are seeing it are actually interested and will be able to engage with the content. Because if the content is not good, if the captions are not written well, and the messaging is just not there, then people are not going to actually have any type of interest with what you are posting, and then your efforts will just be wasted. You'll be on social media and you won't even see what you are doing, because people will just not be interested. So just make sure that the quality, that the content that you're creating is very, very good and has good quality pictures and well-written captions. Here as well, you can also look at what your competitors might be doing. With the strategy, if you are going to do it, you probably have to list some of the competitors that are selling either the products you offer or are also offering the type of service that you're offering. Just go and check, see what they're doing, see what might be working. Now, I'm not saying go and copy exactly the same thing, but just try and find inspiration. Maybe you might even find a gap in between what they might be doing and you see that, okay, they're not doing something like this and it might work. Then you just take that and you do it better than what they are doing at that moment. So just make sure you look at your competitors. It's a great way to leverage off what they've already been doing and just see how you can do it better. And then the other part that I think is quite important is that if you're already on social media and you've started posting for a while and you feel as if it's not really doing much at this moment, then it's time to review the work that you've been putting out. Just check what has been working, because I'm sure if you have been putting content out, there's probably certain types of content that have done well, that people have engaged with, and then there's content that people might not have engaged with. Then you need to start looking at those two and say, okay, if people engage with this type of content, I need to do more of it. And if there's a content piece that you might have put out that didn't do well, then you have to stop putting that out. So just go and go back to all your contents that you've put out and try and see what has worked, what didn't work, and what you can actually do better. My fifth point here is that you need to be planning your content in advance. So what people do is they go on social media and then they think that, okay, every day I'm just going to wake up and post whatever I want to post. But it doesn't actually work like that. You have to plan everything well in advance, because again, you want to be doing your graphics on time, you want to be taking pictures on time that you'll be able to use whether in the next month or whether in the next 2 months. But if you're planning your content well in advance, you are able to just see what you will be putting out for the coming week or for the coming month. You are able to also theme your content based on whatever month. Probably there's like a big holiday during that month, and you could be able to leverage off it. Then all of that needs to be planned well in advance. You could be creating campaigns as well that will probably like a sale, a birthday month sale for your brand. All of those things need to be planned well in advance, so you'll be able to create content pieces in terms. So when I say content pieces, it means your pictures, your graphics, write the captions, and then once your content is done well in advance, it also gives you that assurance that, okay, I'll be able to put out content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'll rest on Saturday and Sunday. I don't need to put out anything. But it just gives you that assurance that there will be something that is going out each and every day, which is also good, because if your content is going out each and every day, then you are driving engagements with people, and people are then seeing you more often. Whereas if you're not planning in advance, you wake up on Monday and you forget that you actually have to post, or you will scramble and then your content that you're posting is not as good quality as what you would have done if you had been planning well in advance. And then you can even do like a calendar to see how everything will look. There's quite some good apps that you can also use to plan everything, just to see, especially with your Instagram, if there's a certain theme or color that you follow with your Instagram, you need to probably plan it out and see how everything looks before it goes live. So plan well in advance. It will definitely help you. So my sixth point is that you need to be consistent and engaging. So again, if you plan your content well in advance, it means you'll be driving consistency on each and every platform that you are on, because you have prepared well in advance for whatever will be going out, and you will not miss a day. So already you have gone through the consistency part. Now, engagement is so important. I know sometimes we want people to engage with our content, but then us as the people who are behind the social media platform do not actually even engaging with the audience. And that doesn't actually help, especially with what Instagram and Facebook has done. The more people engage and you also engage with people's contents, the more your profile is visible to people. So make sure you are beating the whole algorithm that they've put up, because that's what they want. They want you to engage and they want people to engage with you. So how do you go about doing that? Make sure you are checking all the comments, whatever questions people are leaving under your pictures, make sure you respond to them. If there is a query, make sure you're also checking that, because obviously if you're not responding to a query on time, you might lose a sale. And if I'm someone who's buying and is looking for something, I will ask you at that time, knowing very well that that's what I need at that moment, and then it will propel me to buy quickly from you once you have responded to whatever question I might have. Because again, I have to ask questions before I buy anything. Now, make sure you are checking all of that. Even if sometimes someone says something bad about your service or your product, don't delete, don't hide it. Try and engage with the customer, try and sort out whatever issue they might have. Again, because you can't now hide those parts of what is happening. Everyone has good reviews, sometimes you get bad reviews. Just try and take that in and see how you can actually change and make sure it doesn't happen again. But don't hide those. It doesn't work. It never really works, because people will start saying, oh, they don't respond back to bad comments or something like that. So try and be engaging as much as possible with anyone who makes a comment on your pictures, anyone who leaves a review, because I know Facebook does reviews as well. So if someone comes to your page and they leave a review, try and see, don't delete it, because it will also look bad as well. Okay, why this person only has like really good reviews? Sometimes it might not be a bad review, but someone might not have liked your product as much as they were expecting, and it just gives you an opportunity to work on it and see what you can do better. So try and be consistent and engaging when it comes to your social media platforms. Another thing that you can actually do in order for you to drive engagement is use some of the features that are available on these platforms. I know Instagram has really great features where you can share videos, you can do Instagram lives, you can do your IGTV. All of those things is really, really great in order for you to just allow your customer to reach in so that they can feel as if you are right here with them, So don't ignore those features. Make sure you try and you make use of them. I know people also ask us that they customers to DM them. They ask them to ask questions, and then the accounts will respond. So try and use those features as much as possible in order for customers to be able to connect with you on a different level than you just posting content and then leaving it like that, So try and check for those. I know Instagram, Facebook has live features, even Twitter has live features. So do those and see how they go and see if they will actually drive more engagement for you. Okay, so my last point is measurements. So you need to check whatever effort you are putting out on social media is actually working again, because if you don't do that, then you'll just be putting out content and you're not checking if anything that you are doing is actually right or it's not working, and you're just putting more effort into something that you shouldn't actually be putting efforts into. So the one thing that's great about these platforms is that you are able to get insights without having a third-party app or anything like that. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter allows you to go and check your insights. So check those impressions, check the profile visits, check how many followers you are gaining each and every day. And if you have set obviously specific goals, you then need to measure the results besides your goals and see if you are getting where you actually wanted to get with your profiles. And if you are putting up content that you want to drive like a specific sale for your items, check that as well. How many sales are you making from just posting content? How many sales are you making every time you put content that is actually for driving sales? Look at all of those things and just make sure that whatever the effort that you've been putting out, if it's not working again, then get rid of it and see how you can come up with a different idea, different angle. And if something is actually working, then repeat it. Don't be scared to repeat whatever could be working for you, because then that means it's a good thing and your audience actually likes that. So check those things. And then another way of getting feedback, you can even ask questions. Ask the audience, what would they like to see? Again, because Instagram has a great feature for that. You just put up that question thing on your Instagram stories, and then you ask people, What would you guys like to see when it comes to content? What would you like to know more when it comes to our products? You know, all of those things. Ask those questions so you can get feedback from people, and whatever you might be creating content for is specific to what people are actually interested in seeing. So in closing, I just want to let you guys know that a well thought out content plan and contents that you will be creating, any pictures that you're doing, any graphics that you are doing, if they are well thought out specifically to what your audience is actually looking for, trust me, you'll go very far when it comes to building your social media platforms. It's really that easy. And then just remember to check whatever you're doing is actually going well. If it's not, then you change the plan, but just remain consistent. Don't post today and then tomorrow you're gone, or you post once a week. It just never helps. So just try to have a consistent plan that you will be putting out each and every week. And if you know that you cannot do that, then try and find someone that can actually help you in order for you to just drive the consistency with each and every month that you are putting out content for. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask me when it comes to creating content and social media, do drop them below and I'll be able to help you with those. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if it was helpful. Until next time, bye.